Forget everything you thought you knew about the top jobs in tech. Forget data science. Forget machine learning. The role that is going to absolutely define 2026 is here, and trust me, it's creating a massive new wave of opportunity. In this explainer, we're going to lay out the exact roadmap for you to become an AI engineer.
So, you have to ask, is a new king about to be crowned in the tech world? I mean, a role that isn't just challenging the old guard, but is basically rewriting the entire rulebook? Well, as you're about to see, the answer is a huge, resounding yes.
Ready to jump in? Great. Here's what we've got lined up. First, we're going to define what this new role even is and why it's shaking things up so much. Then, we'll get to the good part, the money, and the kind of salary you can really expect. After that, I'm going to give you a step-by-step roadmap to get there, and we'll wrap up with the exact projects that'll get you hired.
All right, let's just make it official. The single role that is poised to completely dominate the tech world in 2026 is the AI engineer. And listen, this isn't just some new buzzword. It's a fundamental shift in what companies are practically begging for right now. Now, to really get this, you have to compare it to the role everyone knows and has chased for years, the machine learning engineer. For a long time, that was the peak of a tech career. But now, the AI engineer has stepped onto the field, and they're playing a completely different game with a totally different set of skills.
And here it is. This is the part that changes everything. Get this. The barrier to entry is just different. You don't need a PhD. You don't need to be a master of complex calculus. This isn't like the deep academic research side of machine learning. The door is being thrown wide open for a whole new generation of builders.
Okay, so let's cut right to it and clear up any confusion once and for all. What is the real difference between these two engineers? Because understanding this one distinction is the key to seeing the massive opportunity that's sitting right in front of you.
You know, it's actually pretty simple. AI engineers don't build the AI models themselves, they build with them. They take these incredibly powerful pre-built models, think GPT-4 or Llama 3, and use them like Lego blocks to create actual, real-world products. It's all about application, not invention.
And there's this fantastic analogy that just makes it all click. Picture this. The machine learning engineer is the person who designs and builds a microwave. They need to understand the deep physics, the magnetrons, all that complex engineering. The AI engineer, they're the chef. They take that microwave and use it to cook incredible food. One builds the engine, the other drives the car.
And this quote just nails the situation in the job market perfectly. The world has enough microwave builders for now. We have these amazing foundational models. What companies are absolutely starving for are the chefs, the people who can take this incredible technology and actually use it to solve business problems and create value today.
And of course, whenever you have that kind of desperate demand, you know what follows: an incredible reward. So let's talk numbers. Let's break down the salaries for AI engineers heading into 2026, because this is where the story gets really, really interesting. Just to give you a taste of what's possible, look at that number. That's the top-end total compensation for a senior AI engineer in the United States. Yep, $350,000. And that's not some crazy outlier. It is a direct reflection of just how valuable this role is to companies right now.
Okay. Let's dive into the details across different levels and even different countries. In the USA, a junior AI engineer can expect a base salary between $120,000 and $160,000. Now look at India. It's an absolute explosion. A fresher right out of college can start at 8 to 15 lakhs per year. That's a huge jump from typical IT jobs. And for senior roles, it can go from 40 lakhs all the way up to 1 crore. We're talking serious money.
So why on earth are companies paying this much? Well, it really boils down to two different motivations. In the US, it's about desperation. Companies have to integrate AI into their existing software now, or they risk becoming obsolete. In India, it's more about aspiration. This role has become the fastest way to skip the low-paying mass recruiter grind and leap into a high-impact, high-paying career. It's truly a global phenomenon.
So, you see the what, you see the why. Now for the most important part, the how. How do you actually become an AI engineer and land one of these amazing jobs? You can forget the old winding career paths. Here is your direct, 3-step roadmap for 2026. The whole journey can be broken down into 3 levels. Level 1 is the foundation.
This is where you master Python, and I don't mean just the basics. I'm talking advanced stuff like async I/O, which is so important for building fast AI apps. You also get super comfortable using the APIs for big models like OpenAI's and Gemini's. Then, level 2 is the orchestration, and level 3 is the agentic future.
Now I want you to really zoom in on level 2 with me, because this is where the hiring magic happens. The single most in-demand skill that companies are looking for right now is something called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. This really means mastering vector databases like Pinecone or Weaviate. Why is this so crucial? Because RAG is the tech that lets an AI securely use a company's own private data. This is the key that unlocks real business value.
Look, a roadmap is great, but it's useless if you can't prove you've walked the path. In this field, degrees and certificates are not what gets you hired. A strong portfolio of projects, that's what does. So here are 2 specific projects you can build that will prove to any hiring manager you've got the skills.
First up, you're going to build a chat with your PDF app. Now, it sounds simple, but it's a classic for a very good reason. This one project is elegant proof that you understand embeddings, you get vector databases, and you can handle the entire RAG pipeline. When you show this, you're not just telling them you know RAG, you're actively demonstrating it.
The second project kicks it up a notch. You're going to build a researcher agent using a framework like Crew AI. This thing can actually browse the web, gather information on any topic, synthesize it all, and then write a complete summary or even a blog post all by itself. This project proves you can build Agentic Workflows, which puts you right on the cutting edge of the industry.
So, the path is clear, the opportunity is absolutely massive. But there's one final thing you really need to understand. This unique moment in time, this wide open door, it isn't going to stay open forever. The clock is already ticking.
Here's the bottom line. Right now, in 2026, you are still early to the game. The demand for AI engineers is way, way bigger than the supply. But as more and more people catch on, that gap is going to close. The field will get more crowded, the rules will get more defined, and the barrier to entry will, without a doubt, start to rise. So the question I have for you is this. The door is wide open for you today, but will you still be early in 2027, or will you be late to the party?